I can never remember if I told it to auto. I have to.
I don't know. I feel like half the time it's auto, half the time it's not. So
Yeah, that's because in some studios I've set it to auto, and in other studio because that wasn't always an
yeah,
option, and I never remember which studio I've done
fair.
it for.
Honestly,
But hey, hello everyone. So WIP Wednesday's back. I'm in the garage because I can't do a WIP Wednesday where I work if I'm not in here because I need my big screen.
I'm at my desk, not at the kitchen table. Like I said I would on Monday because I was being petulant. But both ways, Storm is with me. Good girl. Um, I'm working on my book. My good dragon. We've been there. We've done this. We know what's happening. I'm last Wednesday. I figured the solution for something that's been bothering me since I originally wrote this scene a couple years ago, practically, probably like 2 years ago. And I haven't done that since then because life's been lifing. And I've been lazy, to be honest. Like, I could have done stuff yesterday and I didn't. But I'm doing it today. So,
So yesterday I messaged CB. I was like, hey, can we do WIP Wednesday at this time? And then it's like an hour later, I was like, oh, it's Tuesday. Never mind.
yeah. Which I did technically work on book stuff yesterday because my dad is helping me make a database for my world to organize everything. And so he asked me, like, we did a little call yesterday. We spent an hour and a half talking about D&D, and then we talked about life, and then we actually worked on the database with him, like, going through his plan and asking me some questions of what stuff works and what doesn't. And hypothetically, he's working on that today, but I haven't heard from him, so he might have gotten distracted because he is very similar to yours truly. So I'm really gonna text him out of curiosity, not to badger. So what
It's
are you
fine.
working on today?
It's fine. It's fine. So far, okay. With my Vyepti infusion, I am improved a bit. Like I'm already seeing some like better results. Like we have a gnarly storm coming in, and I feel no worse for it. But this does not mean that I am better. Like we're definitely still hoping for better, and you know might ask them to up the dosage. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it is better than it was before, which I
Something,
can.
something, yeah.
Also, I have to like now that I can get up and do stuff, I need to get up and do stuff to rebuild my, the base of my stamina. Because now things just knock me out because I just haven't done a lot.
Yeah.
But hey,
That's how it be.
don't mind my hair. I washed it the other day, and then instead of tending to it, I just threw it up in a bun, and so now this is all the shedding.
That's like the entirety of all of the hair on my head is what you're saying.
That's just a regular.
My dumbass forgot. I don't know. It was I don't know. I was doing so well, but I forgot that fucking applying tension and heat to wet hair breaks it. I don't know how I got basic fucking fact. And so I was using my round brush for my bangs. I'm like, my bangs are looking really thin. It's because they're fucking breaking. So that's why the past like week or so I've been wearing my bangs back. Is because I'm like, okay, I'm trying not to apply as much heat to them. Because they've been breaking, which usually my bangs are the only place I apply any heat to my hair, because my hair is like is so fine, and then also I don't have much of it to begin with.
Hold on real quick. Welcome to WIP Wednesday, where we work on our work in progress and discuss hair care.
And so I've been having it back. But so my hair has been a thing recently. Anyways, Bella.
Reread the articles and stuff I sent you about the hair breakage.
Yes.
Yes. Also, hey Bella, hey RP. Bella has some exciting writing news. I will pause the timer for it if I need to. I have a scheduled date for sending the sixth draft of Kavara to my editor, November 15, but I might do it earlier if I have a date earlier, but that's not confirmed. Awesome!
Yay!
I went to the wrong window to try to switch scenes. It's fine. I'm doing fine. We'll see you guys in 45. We're back. Slightly later because someone was at my door and I was like, who the fuck parked in my grass? It was my aunt. She's here to pick up my child for a project. It's fine. But yeah, so how did everybody do? I finished outlining the third mini story in my first series of 3 for the children. Now I have some decisions to make. Not like huge concerning decisions. It's just like, oh, well, she offers up this one item as, you know, a bet thing, and I have to decide what that item is. And then there's just like 2 decisions that I have to make. And I'm like, okay, but I need to let those percolate for a little bit. So I was like, oh, you know, I should go figure out the Storytellers Hearth deadline while I think. So that's what I was doing. And then, like I said, I heard somebody park in my yard, and I was like, who the fuck is that? Tis my aunt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's, like, I knew because we spoke about it. I just forgot.
Yeah.
You know.
I get it. I sent a message that I've been putting off for like a day and a half, that I was like sitting down here and I was like, I finally feel good enough to send it, like calm them. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna send this so I don't have to keep thinking about it. And so I sent that, and then I made a second version of this chapter. I guess it'd be like a third version of this chapter. Because I'm like, okay, I don't want to delete the stuff I have been working on before I made the revelation. The revelation! But I don't want to be like working around it. So I just made a separate version of it, and so then I started deleting shit. No, but then I pulled up, because last time the revelation was Rise heard the entire fucking story of his kidnapping. See Stormfront here. Of his kidnapping from the kidnapper's point of view. So now he's seeing it, or like hearing it from the guard's point of view. Guard, you know, his grandfather or great grandparent. And so I want to parallel the grandparent saying something with what Winifred said, like the lines. So I pulled up, I have on my screen, on my one monitor,
to be fair, I am currently only using one monitor as well. I have a 2-monitor setup, but that monitor over there is really just for the timer and my music playlist, so I don't have to mess with tabs over here. But I'm split screening. My outline is here, and then we are here. It's just,
you can't tell Fox and Chris, but a second monitor, if I had it over here. Are you recording me saying that? No, you're
no. I'm going to show you the difference.
Fox and Chris, and you're like, I'll get the evidence. And I'm
no,
like,
I'm
recording on YouTube.
I'm showing you the difference in size between my laptop monitor and the monitor I prefer to do my writing work on.
Yes, as it would be really useful to have a monitor to the side to keep the stream page and music up on right now, and maybe Discord. I was like that. Yeah, I'm gonna head to like Staples or a Staples-esque store. Because I also talked to my dad yesterday about a desk chair, and he was like, it's horrifying that your desk chair is like that.
Like, I know, right? Like, genuinely, I said this Monday, and I'm going to say it again. The chair looks like it's designed for somebody with some sort of back condition, such as scoliosis.
This is the second time I ordered this chair, and as I'm on Google Meet with my father, he's sitting in the other one. And he's like, this chair? And I'm like, so I looked at the listing, and it's a different chair now. So I think that this chair that I'm sitting in, and even though I reordered the exact same listing, they're just replacing the listing with the new version of their chair instead of making new listings. So I'm like, but I really enjoyed that chair, like, that I had through, like, either the end of COVID or the end of, no, it was the end of college. And I'm like, I never had an issue with that chair. And he's like, I'm literally sitting in it right now, but I've had so many issues since getting to California and getting this chair. So I'm like, but the fact that the listing, fuck, Chris is here. He cut me.
He caught you.
That the listing is changing makes me feel so much more validated. But my dad suggested going to like Staples or another office supply store and being like, hey, do you have any like people of return chairs? And because those will be cheaper.
Okay. I was about to say, I told you to go to an office store, but
yeah, an office store, and I was like, but those will be extra expensive. And I said the same thing to him, and he was like, no, go ask him for the ones that people returned.
Yeah, he had additional.
Yeah, additional
advice.
He's like, I used to do that for computer stuff all of the time because he was a computer tech, and then he also enjoys building computers, like playing with that. And I was like, oh, maybe they'll have extra monitors or something in the same.
Yeah.
Or you go to like a fucking thrift store and grab a monitor from there. It won't be great, but it doesn't need to be.
Well, yeah, not if it's your secondary monitor that you're just going to use to put like Discord and stuff up. You don't need a. See, that's the thing. Like my laptop screen is great, but it's small, so it's technically my secondary monitor when I'm working. My laptop just acts as my hard drive right now. Let's see. Bella said at her current pace, she should be done by late October. But if she has some really good motivation days, might be finished sooner, which awesome. We will hope for good motivation days, but October is our hard line.
I'm giggling on your second monitor, the icon
the fucking size.
Did I think I started watching him before
you? Hold on.
And then we were like,
oh, Dan Keach. Oh, let me catch up on chat.
Okay.
All right. Blake stopped by on lunch to leave a like. Awesome. Bella said, hey, I'm just working on outlining a new section. This means I'm splitting one chapter into two, adding new content, and blending the old information with new stuff. Nice. This sounds that sounds very similar to what CB has been doing on and off through her the lack of horror and just utter despondency, I think is the word I want.
That's exhausting.
Chris suggested getting a portable monitor to give you another screen without breaking the bank. He has us on his second monitor while he plays Slay the Princess on his first one. Bella will be needing a new laptop, but that's too expensive, so instead I'm going to get an $80 case for my iPad to use as a laptop so I can save the money. That's fair.
Like a plug-in to your iPad? Oh no, or one of the...
Like a case and then the, like a portable keyboard.
Yeah, I have one for my iPad.
Also, Sam and Chris both flexing about second monitors. Chris has 3 technically. He has a third portable monitor that doubles as a tablet. He saved up though. I just want everyone to know we're not sitting here just spending willy-nilly on monitors. Like we saved up and budgeted. And also, I say it's my second monitor, but really I have a laptop and then I have a monitor that I one day will get a hard drive for, so I'll have a desktop. But until then, this is how it is. As for Dan Keach book, yes, I want to say, and I can prove it, that I do have a song playlist up that I was listening to, and you can go see me jamming to it. But once I started needing to percolate, I was like, oh, this is when I need to multitask things.
Yeah, I can't percolate while something's playing, other than music. And even then,
that's not how percolating works.
Yes, it is.
No, percolating is when you let your subconscious take over, so you're not actively thinking about it anymore. Yeah. Because the word percolate, if I'm using it correctly, at the moment is for when you leave something to boil and it stays it's just kind of boiling in the background like a kettle. Or steeping. Excuse us while we look up the meaning of the word. I'm even more confident because I was actually just listening.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I was looking at something else.
No, I'm just saying because I heard a book use it recently in reference to a kettle. Yes, haha, I'm correct. Oh my gosh. Chris would like to show you his portable monitor / his tablet. He has come all the way to the
No,
garage
that's the
then.
portable monitor.
Yeah, this is his portable monitor.
That's not the tablet.
Oh, it's not the tablet?
No, it's a portable monitor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like, there are holes in the middle of it. What makes it portable other than the fact that you can pick it up and move it around?
It hooks up to your phone, doesn't it?
It hooks up to anything.
Oh, yeah. So, I think this is the one he brought to the writing retreat, and he hooked it up to his phone and a little keyboard.
Oh, I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah. So it's just, it's a cheap monitor that you can take with you wherever. If you're not needing, you know, a big fancy one, you just want one for Discord and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can pack it back up. So it's just like a book.
I think you just do this.
Yeah, I have on Bella's comment.
Just the other one.
I'm sorry, I did it upside down. I didn't realize there was a right way.
I don't know.
My iPad. And then
Oh yeah, Chris said he uses it he plugs his phone into it since Galaxies have a desktop. I always say that my phone is just a handheld computer.
It's bigger than you.
It is bigger than my laptop screen. Like barely, but it is. That's funny.
I don't know why they call them portable monitors. I don't know.
Because most monitors have to be mounted
on
or click to something. CB, you were away, but Chris and I discovered his portable monitor is just slightly larger than my laptop screen.
I have it.
I got a compact laptop so I could use it on my bed. I am not upset by my tiny laptop.
I have a keyboard for my iPad. I just have misplaced it because I never use it. Oh, it's in the living room, but it like magnets to this. I don't want to show my text messages. And then this stands up like that. And then the iPad was my holiday.
Yeah, that's what his case does too. That he was just doing it off screen.
But I want to use my iPad for more things, but I'm like, if I'm using my iPad, I can just use my laptop. And then for reading comics though, I usually use my iPad.
Let me tell you, if my head really, like if my migraine's really bad and my eyes are blurring because my laptop has a touch screen, I will just fold it and I will read webtoons on my laptop.
Yeah. Like half the reason I want this for actual manga panels because they're so small on the phone and like the library apps when it's like a page. So I'm like, ta-da, bigger, and I don't want to hold my laptop because even though I have a tiny laptop, it's still so much extra stuff. And every time I
like you see me with the laptop and it's like
the keyboard getting damaged. By like being against and like being the thing that rubs against things, but I also don't like if I usually lay on my side when I read, and this is not super conducive to that because it's still bigger than this. But I'm just being dramatic. I'm happy I have it, but I want to figure out more. I want to figure out a better way to use the pen
to utilize it.
The pen software with it, because like my parents also got me the pen, which I requested, so that I don't have to worry about misplacing all of the notebooks I have. But then I haven't found a great software for the pen. Also, I'm left-handed, so I'm moving it across, and it doesn't. I haven't like calibrated it. There's like all these settings, and I'm just like, this is a lot when I just want to be able to write. So. Maybe I'll just like stick my dad on it. But I'm sick is the right term? I'm on
sick,
the
yes.
right now, so I don't want to distract him. But yeah, that's what I'm braining with recently. Oh, on that note,
Bella was sharing her
the next friend is going.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So
I'm
she
gonna go
shared the case in the thing.
in Discord. Yes.
Yes, but I shall mute myself now. Hey yo. The percolating achieved what it needed to. And then I went and I compared the size, the word counts of my 3 outlines. And then I went on Only Office and set up a thing for this project so I could start writing. But I had an awkward amount of time left on the timer, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna not start writing right now. I think you're muted.
I was mostly just humming along to what you were saying and being like, yes. I am dividing up a little bit more because I decided I'm not gonna do the little workaround where Rye thinks for a second he's incorrect or something like that. Where I'm straightening it out. I'm making it more straightforward with the Alaric telling his story and then the flashes to Winifred's story, and the Alaric being like, blah blah blah, here's what happened. I was chasing them. I shot lightning. The child's dead. Rather than being like, I was chasing them. I will get my revenge. And then being like, how long ago was this? And then he's like, 10 years. And they're like, I don't think it is. And they're like, yeah, ghost time is weird. And then it being like, I'm the kid. And then him being like, no, you're not. And they're like, how do you know? And he goes, because this metric of how dragon baby hatching works. The kid is dead. And then Rye being like, yes, I guess I was wrong. And then Jason being like, let's discuss. Because that's a little overly complicated. So I'm going and changing it. So right now I'm like, trying to figure out how Alaric would phrase like his perspective of Winifred and Hilda slowing down to like discuss and being like, hey, what the fuck are we doing? We need to go put the egg back. And he's like, I thought I could pick off the 2 falling behind without risking the child. And then we get the flash of like, we needed to give the egg back. Hilda agreed. And then, like that, blah, blah. And then Alaric, I think I'm gonna be like, I only saw their trick once my magic connected with the child, and then it was too late. But I'm like, would he think it was a trick? Does it matter? Because he's kind of mad. Not like kind of mad, but he's like, literally fueled
their
by
farce.
Revenge. Like, he would see. It would be a stupid trick. Haha, we let ourselves be killed so that you would kill your grandchild. Ha ha ha, what a trick. Yeah. But it's like him being like, they foiled me, they stole the child, then made me kill it. Like that, him being like, that's the trick of it. Where I'm like, it wouldn't actually be a trick, but
their trap, their farce.
Yeah. But he wouldn't, he's ascribing motive to it that rationally wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
But he's seeing the worst in the situation.
Okay.
Only when, but I was like, I also, is Saw the right thing? Because he's gonna feel the magic connect? I don't know, but that's the timer ended as I was working on that line, and I was like, oh, damn it, this is an important line.
He/Saw can, in fact, be used metaphorically.
Exactly, yeah.
Doesn't necessarily need to be literal.
Only when I felt my magic combined with the child. And then that would be a little more straightforward with him being like, once my magic touched the child's, we flash to, or like we cut to the line of Winifred being like, "Fuck, my wife's dead," and then him being like, "It was much too early," blah blah blah. Him in his fields explaining the dragon hatching, biological, magical, biomagical,
Biomagic, yeah.
Biomagical.
Biomagic. Bio is a prefix, not a suffix.
The biomagical of dragons. Him being like in his feels about it, rather than him being afterwards, as it is kind of right now, like, well, when the when the egg signals it's ready to hatch, then the parents gather and they breathe their fire over it, blah blah blah, or their breath. Part of me is like, fuck, I should have just made them normal fucking fire dragons, because it's so much easier to say like, oh yeah, they breathe their fire, then they coat the egg with their fire, rather than like their electricity or their breath, where it's like it's their magical essence through
their whooshy whoosh,
their element. It's just one of those phrasing things that I need to work out and then make consistent through the book.
Yes.
Like his enhancements and stuff like that.
So Bella said Good Notes is her go-to for handwriting on the iPad.
It was like writing me when I was attempting to do it.
And then Bella said she continued what she was doing before getting distracted by the book she's reading because she remembered it was getting interesting. Oh my God, Bella, you're not helping me. Because let me tell you, I was like, oh, there's an awkward amount of time. I could continue reading, but then I was like, if I continue reading, I'm not going to write for the rest of the stream.
Yeah.
And I am also okay, that's not fair to say because this book just gets interesting, and there are very few parts that are uninteresting, question mark. So, let me tell you, Asian love stories may not be romances, but goddamn, do they hit somewhere hard. I just want him to be redeemed, but he is irredeemable and should be murdered.
Formatting question, writing wise.
Yes.
I'm going between present, in the moment dialogue, which is normally tagged, just dialogue tag or quotation marks and normal text, and then the memory of a dialogue. In other writing, this would typically be in italics, but I have, when something's in Draconic, it's in italics because it's auto-translating for Rye. And then I was like, so bold, but when I have someone speak in someone else's head mentally, then it's in bold. And all of those are in quotation marks. So I have it in quotation marks and italics right now and go, that's a future CV problem. But do you have an idea for that?
I would just continue doing it in italics and but make sure that it's separate, not put it in any paragraphs.
Yeah, I'm hitting it, so it's like the one line standing on its own.
Yeah, and then as long as you keep it consistent, readers are in fact smarter than some writing advice would lead us to believe. So they should be able to figure, especially if it's it's a callback to a previous conversation.
Yeah, the exact line.
So readers, like I said, they should be able to.
The exact lines were probably 75,000 words ago, but
that's fine. That's why it's a callback.
Conversation.
Definitively, one could discuss it with an editor or a book formatter when you get that far.
Yeah, so this doesn't matter right in this moment.
Yeah. Also, I don't remember if you're gonna put this through a beta reader process, but if you do, you could see if it creates confusion with them or not.
Yeah.
I will say that with one of my other writer friends, they had a question about how to format text in contemporary, and I was like, oh, there's so many ways.
Yeah.
And so now every time I read a contemporary novel, if there's a text conversation, I'm like, here you go. I've said so many examples.
This is how they did this. Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, I definitely like, this is not something I need to focus on right now.
No, I would just continue. Like I said, I'd just isolate it and italicize it. Whereas I think the Draconian isn't necessarily isolated, right? So that right there is a good visual that, oh, this is already different. I would not put quotations. I would just italicize.
Oh.
Because if they're just calling back the like thoughts, then it's like it's not being spoken out loud.
Yeah, it's the dialogue that was spoken.
Yeah, but it's not currently being spoken out loud.
Yeah.
So I would not put the quotation, because the quotations are like a definitive, this is being said.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I would do.
It also is very clearly in first person, which the book isn't.
Yeah, that too. Like, there's different things.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's something to stress over, and that would be how I handle it. I would just do isolated italics, which sounds like an official term, but is not. I'm just describing. I'm just putting two adjectives together. I think, is italics an adjective or a noun?
Noun. Italicized is an adjective.
No, italicized would be it feels like it should be a verb, but it is probably, maybe it's an adverb.
Italicize and italic is a verb. Italics is a noun.
Yes. There we go.
Italicized.
That's a verb. If italicized is a verb, italicized is also a verb because it's past tense.
No, it would still be an adjective. Yeah, I think it could be both, but it would be an adjective. It's describing that in the past it was italicized.
Well, it depends on context actually, because it's like, oh
like
yeah, I italicized. It's like I went through and I italicized things. I italicized words.
Yeah,
that's a verb.
The italicized text is on the paper.
Yeah, but see, that's still that's not with a D.
Yeah, it is the italicized text.
Oh. Excuse me as I don't write and I just go down a rabbit hole.
Oh, Sam!
Bella said the book she's reading is Supernatural, Why Choose Soulmate book, and they're in the middle of telling her that they're her soulmates. Aw, that's cute.
Oh.
Italicized is a verb, italics is a noun.
But it is also an adjective. Italicized is also a verb, yes. Because that's the past in the present tense. But the past tense is also an adjective. We're all just sitting here silently as Sam.
I'm looking, I'm reading.
I know. I'm standing by this.
I think it's just italic, because it says italic, noun, adjective. I specifically looked up, can italicized be an adjective, and it told me italic.
But you wouldn't go the italic word.
I don't know if I would say the italicized words. That sounds wrong to me.
Indicates blah blah blah. I would.
Yeah, no, it's the italics, or the words in italics. I wouldn't say the italic words, but I also would not say the italicized words.
But okay, we don't need to discuss this.
Hold on. I got it. Wait, I got it. Ready? We're gonna pause the timer real quick.
We don't need to discuss this because I'm not right.
Hi. Can italicized be an adjective? Yeah. Like the italicized words, or would that be incorrect?
Fuck, that's the AI overview. I don't want that.
Also, I hear me in the background, so I know you've had the stream up, so why do I have to explain this? Fair enough, you have to process things. The words are italicized. Yeah, that would be an adjective, I think. Okay. Well, because I wouldn't use italicized. I'd say are in italics. Yeah. Okay. Well, like, it's just.
I can hear him from the other room. No, I stand by
Look, I was genuinely curious. First of all, I'm dyslexic, so
I'm
just because it
thinking-
sounds wrong to me doesn't mean it's wrong. I am not dyslexicized. That's not a word.
I haven't found anything that says I'm wrong, so I'm saying.
All right, bye. Well, see, that's the thing. I couldn't find anything to say you were wrong, but I also couldn't find anything to say you were right. So I was like, I can't find definitive
I
evidence.
was right, but I don't take that. I'm taking my own I'm right before I take the AI overview saying I'm right. Because I was reading the sources and it's like, yes, these are alternate, like Merriam-Webster at the top, it's italicized verb, but then it goes italicized, italicizing, which are two other versions of it as a verb, but it doesn't say it as a noun and adjective and all that stuff.
I wasn't using the AI. I was reading articles. That's why it took
Oh,
me
no,
so long.
I wasn't saying you. I looked it up
Oh,
myself.
okay. I was like, how dare you? When it comes to grammar, I read multiple things. Because, like I said, just because it sounds off to me doesn't mean it is off, because I'm dyslexic, so I know that sometimes the way my brain and grammar, they just don't agree. But Chris says that one would say the words are italicized, so he has an English degree.
Awesome.
I bow to his expertise. Fox just said, is Sam calling the
Right.
Nintendo call center for grammar?
If
Why did you think it was the Nintendo call center?
All right. Sprint.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey yo.
Put my drink over there.
So I wrote about a paragraph-ish, and then I was like, I don't know how I want the voice and the perspective and everything, and I don't want to stress about it right now, so then I'm like, no, I'm done for the day.
I made a sandwich and then ate a sandwich, and then worked a little bit on the dialogue some more. But yeah, it wasn't super productive. But I'm no longer hungry. Which I
Oh,
think
that's
is
good. Brain power. Bella's been reading a lot more supernatural stuff lately because that's the next genre she might write in.
fair.
And then she's on a break from work. She wrote out ideas for the paranormal magic being she's including, and she's got some fun ideas for witches, the race of the MC. Nice. Very excited to be done with this with her current whip so she can go on to the next one. That's fair. I was very excited to start writing this one, and then like I stared at the thing going because it's like open the scene with this, and I was like, I don't remember how to open a scene anymore. I don't know how to write. What is telling a story? And like I wrote a paragraph, and then my brain started trying to like second guess everything, and I was like, no, we're done for the day. It's obvious that I'm rusty. We'll figure it out later. My head hurts. So I'm like, I'm being kind to myself. I got a lot, like, I didn't expect to actually finish that outline and get started, so I'm pleased with my process today.
That's good. Yeah, I didn't really work that much.
I'm trying not to read this, though, while doing a WIP Wednesday, because I'm like, no, I must adhere to some standard, arbitrary in my mind. But also.
I think I like the direction I'm taking with this. It's totally reshaping this whole scene, but it needed it. So, not that regretful. I do need to clean the apartment after the stream.
That's after the stream, not
yeah,
during.
but that means we have like a 15-minute sprint left, right? That's the only.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I kind of want to do more work, but.
Oh, we can end early if you want, because like I said, I'm done working for the day, so.
No. The opposite, where I'm like, I want to do more writing work.
Oh.
But after the stream ends, I do need to work on the apartment because
my bad.
Coming in through our chimney, or something, and so tomorrow a worker guy is gonna come in and like spray the chimney, but then also all of the baseboards, so that we need to pull everything away from the baseboards a little bit. And I'm like, that's a lot. But yeah, and then I also need to do the dishes. So I guess it's not that much, but I'm just like, oh no, a task. So.
Bella's been mainly working on this one novel since 2021, so it's been a while. Yeah, it's 5 years. That's a decent amount. Which, let me tell you, it's funny because I, as we know, have looked into writing and stuff since I was 12, which is, it's 36 minus 12. 14 years
Sorry.
Now.
24.
Oh, 24 years.
Forgot time.
24 years I've been researching and following the publishing world. And so when somebody's like, yeah, I've been working on this book, if they say anything less than 10 years, I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Because like 10 years is the average it takes for a writer to truly write and finish like their first project. At least that's the average. Like after that, like the first novel and like the first big project is a huge learning experience, and then after that, like writers kind of know enough about themselves that they can streamline a little bit of it and everything. but even then, on average, it takes most used to take most writers like 4 to 6 years to do a novel. Publishing dates would lead us to believe that that is not the case, but normally that's just because the author starts working on another book while their last book is, in the polishing stage.
Yes.
So yeah, but then like I talk to newer writers and stuff, they're like, it's taken me over 2 years to write this book, and I'm like, and?
But I want to be successful now. No, I'm
That's not how it works.
Yes, I'm aware. Yeah, I don't know what the actual years on Storm's Heir is because of, and I've like did a degree in the meantime. So.
Yeah, that's also like a thing which you and I have talked about, where it's like you have to realistically look at, you have not actually been working on this book for that long because you've been needing to do other things. Yeah. So it's like where you started that book, you haven't been like writing on it, which isn't something I say to like, I want it very clear. I'm not saying that to, what's the word? To trivialize or to be like, oh no, you're not a real writer, you haven't been. No, yeah. I say that for like perspective, because a lot of writers, new, old, doesn't matter, but a lot of writers will sit there and they'll like stress about the fact that like, oh, but they've been working on this project for so long and they have so little to show for it. And I'm like, yeah, you've also had a job. Or it's like, yeah, you're also raising children. It's like there's so much more going on right now. So, like, I've barely touched any writing really in the past 2 years, but that's because I started perimenopause and we're trying to get my medication back on track and stuff. So,
yeah,
it be what it be sometimes. And this economy is not friendly to writers at the moment. So, Bella didn't actually get the idea to publish it until like 2023, so the first part was experimenting and fucking around, and the second part was fixing said problems. Yeah, see? That's good, solid progress for it. I was so happy that I had no brain fog, even though a big storm is coming in, and y'all can see it. Y'all can see the fog descending into the brain.
It's following the storm. A little bit delayed.
Storm is following me. Look, I'm still happy about it because, like, as you know, before I would like if a storm so much as looked at my city, I was getting brain fog.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, I've heard the thunder and I've been fine most of the day.
Yeah.
So this is improvement.
Absolutely. Sorry, my brain is like a million places right now.
You're like, I just want to write this conversation, and
kind of, and then also being like, okay, what am I cleaning? What am I? Oh, is that person gonna respond to a message I sent earlier? Okay, what am I gonna do tomorrow? Because I have to take Storm with me when I leave for 4 hours, which I'm not looking forward to.
You're in LA. Are there any pet-friendly cafes?
I started trying to look stuff up, but I'm also like gonna meet up with someone to like say hi to them because they're going out of town for a while, and we're meeting up at a park, so that's like fine. I can bring Storm, but I'm like, okay, so it's how long is the drive there, and she'll have to be in the carrier and then drive back, but I still have to be out of the house for 4 hours. So I'm like, oh, should I cancel meeting up with that friend and instead like see if there's someone's house Storm and I can go hang at? And I'm like, whose house would that be? That would be better than like closer than just going to that park, you know, that kind of stuff. It's just like, boom, 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 boom in my head. Yeah.
So the next sprint is the wrap-up sprint, so it's like finishing up, getting to a good stopping point so you can go do all those things.
Do you want to just go into that sprint?
All right, but nobody yell at me or claim that I played anything at ×2 speed. This was a conscious decision to
move forward,
do the thing. But yes, I'm okay with that, mainly just because you're distracted, and with my brain fog, I
having a conversation.
Don't.
Right?
I don't remember if I'm thinking or if I'm speaking. I know I'm thinking. I just don't know if I'm saying it out loud. All right, here we go. We're back. My child returned from her adventure helping my aunt paint statues, and she comes in with a bag of stuff, and I'm like, oh, looks like you got some treats. And she's like, yeah, some sour Skittles, some Cool Ranch Doritos, and then she's got a drink in her hand, and I was like, oh, well, you made out like a bandit. And then she stopped. She looks so uncertain, and she's like, did I? Like, she doesn't know if that's a good thing or not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was like, oh, yeah, it's fine. It just means that you got a lot of good treats. That
She's
you
like,
weren't
what are the connotations of this?
I know, right? She's like, are you saying I stole this from me? How dare you? or like also because she is how she is, it could have also been a moment of, was I not supposed to? Is this, you know, like was I supposed to tell Mima no? Is there some reason? And I'm like, no.
I wrote like two more interactions, or two more exchange, like bum, and then agonized over the scene, because originally it goes from something terrible happened to the child. I stayed behind, or like then I died, and I've been basically trapped here as a ghost, waiting for my prey to cross my path so I can get my revenge, blah, blah, blah. Which is a little bit of an awkward transition based on he can't stomach saying what actually happened to the child, like the exact details. But now it's like, for him, he's not saying the exact detail, like he's not explaining the effect, but he said the cause, and it's just he assumes that the other ones know the effect. And I'm like, but this would be the opportunity to transition into them being like, blah blah blah, the lightning connected, it was too late, blah blah, and Jason arriving like, what does that mean? Or Rye being like, that me, which is like such an odd way, or like him thinking things and then being like, hey, that's me. But then I'm like, in the flow of the conversation, I don't know if when would be a good time to have for the explanation of how he's still here as a dragon or as a ghost, other than maybe as he's fading away. Cause he's here because he's like, I'm gonna get my revenge. And then I don't know if I need to explicitly say, yeah, he died on his way to chase them down after he thought they.
No, I think him fading away as a ghost would be a.
I mean, he already does fade away, and then he's like, my time is, or like, I've already lingered too long, and I think Ryan literally says, then keep lingering. Like, what the fuck? We literally just had a moment. But if he's like, in that moment, he's like, I've lingered too long, I've only stayed here for revenge, but now I have no need of it. Like, that would be still, I don't think I need the, even death will not stop my revenge moment, because...
Yeah.
It should be, like, pretty intuitive, like...
Yeah, let it be implied.
This guy thought the baby died, and now he's deep in human territory, and he's dead. What do you think happened? He's a ghost. Like...
Again, I'm actively fighting against the deliteracy of writing. I'm fighting against it. So yeah, yes, I feel
like I don't need to spoon feed this to the
yes.
Audience. And if right now it was me more working it out for myself as I'm explaining it.
Okay.
In the old draft,
rubber ducking.
In the old draft, it's like I have them explain how it happened, to the detail, so I understand it. I'm like, that I don't think all of this needs to be said, Even though it's cool, I think it can be cool and kind of mysterious. And then later, if I need to add a little bit more in, I think that'll be easier.
Fox is angry about merfucking folk again. Fox is literally, I didn't spoon feed it. I added a singular line of dialogue that was still in character. And you know what? Some people could still miss it.
Merfolk?
So for all that glitters when I was doing beta readers.
I not realize. You go ahead.
Yeah, it was kind of divided. And basically, anybody who picked up on the fact that he was in fact a merfolk did not question his magic at all. But people who didn't pick up on the fact that he was a merfolk, they were like, oh, you need to explain the hunters more. You need to explain like why the hunters have magic, how their magic works and stuff. And it's literally, he does not have magic because he's a hunter. He has magic because he's a merfolk.
He's a magic person.
It's the hill that Fox will forever die on. But I'm just like, he literally, I don't even think he says he's a merfolk. I think he just says he's the Prince of Atlantis.
He's dying on the hill that you over-explained or you under-explained?
That I shouldn't have added it.
That you shouldn't have added a line explaining something. Okay.
Which, again, I don't even necessarily think he directly says he's a merfolk. I think he says he's the Prince of Atlantis. Or he used to...
Fox, send me
I have to go double check. Hold on.
No, make Fox check.
He's Fox, screenshot it to me. I no longer remember the line.
But yeah. So I think I'm gonna go into more an explanation on dragon babies more than ghosts.
Yes. I think that. I think the world building lore would be better than the character motivation lore.
The what?
In this context.
The what lore would be better than character motivation?
The world building lore?
Oh, yeah.
The whirlwind lore of...
The technical blip that makes Rye the way he is. I feel like...
Oh, okay, hold on. It says, I promise on my honor as Prince Eric of Atlantis, I will never intentionally cause you pain, which was originally how I wanted people to pick up that he was a merfolk. Because Atlantis, yeah. And it's like, Eric blew her a kiss as a warmth spread over him. The magical bond was sealed. As a merfolk, if Eric broke such an oath, he'd lose his magic or his life, but he wasn't worried. Which I also, here's the thing, I also included that line now that I reread it. It's not just to let people know he's a merfolk, it's to let people know I'm using Fae rules for the merfolk.
I think
that's not standard merfolk rules, but most people understand Fae rules. So that line does 2 jobs.
I think, and I'm not taking a side here. Actually, fuck it. No, I am. I'm taking a side that I think this could have been done. Like, the magical bond was sealed, and then something about if a merfolk broke an oath, or an oath that would cost a merfolk their magic or their life, but he wasn't worried. Like, more...
No, that wouldn't be in his voice.
Yeah, I'm like...
I value Eric's voice above everything.
I think for my own taste...
Yes.
For my own taste, I think if you divided the as a merfolk is the part that I'm like, okay, and if it in his voice could have been done a different way, saying something about merfolk and then translating that to him, like, here's a rule about merfolk, he wasn't worried. Rather than as a merfolk, Eric.
No, okay. Here's my issue.
Such a fucking minutia thing
here's my issue. You and Fox are putting so much importance on this line and doing this one job, right? A job I never gave a fuck about. A job that I did not care and did not have any intents in my story
Yeah.
where this line in this section
Sorry.
had 80
Over
other
chat.
different jobs that it was doing, and if I were to cater to you two instead, I would have to like, it would have been so fucking convoluted. And just no, just why? Like, really, it's just, especially when it fits Eric. He's like, as a merfolk, if I do this, but then, like, he's not worried. Like, I'm already giving hints. I don't necessarily want, because that's the whole thing, right? This line in specific is important for all that glitters, because he says, I promise on my honor as Prince Eric of Atlantis, I will never intentionally cause you pain. Which is, it's the whole thing, so that he has the loophole for when he kills her later. Which is why I'm like, I don't care about the merfolk thing. Because if any other way to clarify it's a merfolk would instead have to draw too much attention to his dialogue. And then I would lose the purpose of that whole thing. I'm sitting here going, no, he's being sneaky and a little shit. I don't care if I have to tell people, yeah, he's a merfolk. Move on with your day.
Yes.
You guys are, see, what's important to y'all, not the same as what was important to me with this paragraph.
Yes, and which is, we are different writers, and also I don't remember the tone of voice used within the whole thing. I just don't like the string of 3 words together, but I respect the priorities that you chose in that paragraph. On that note, it is the end of WIP Wednesday.
Yes. Chris mentioned in the underwater kingdom of Atlantis, home of the merfolk.
Do apartment cleaning, and then potentially try and write a little bit more. But I want to do apartment stuff first, because if not, then I'll never do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I was about to just close the tab instead of ending the stream. That's not how that works.
You just left me here. I don't even know.
Because I'm so wrapped up in as a merfolk.
Yeah, I can't even know.
I'll just move on. You gotta remember, my fantasy is not done in fancy schmancy voices.
I know.
People.
Alright. Bye.
Bella, tell us about the cute security guard in the server.
In Discord, yeah.
Oh, Monday is the birthday bash. We moved the book talk, Kevin's official blessing, to next Wednesday instead of next Friday because CB has the job on Friday. Mm-hmm. So we'll catch you guys later. Bye.